Okay. Good morning and welcome to game number 13 of the Oil and Gas Premier League Season 1. Game between JSS and OiLSERV Risers. Both the teams playing their last league games. We'll have the toss. Akhilesh will flip the coin. Raj will do the calling. Heads is the call. Tails it is. Akhilesh, what would you want to do?
Yeah, we'll bat first. Yeah, because now this game is critical because we want to compete in third and fourth position. So that's the reason we wanted to put good score on the card, and then we can defend it well.
Given a chance, you still have a mathematical chance of making it to the main finals. Is that been the team talk, or has it been that we are sure to play the third place and we're going to play that?
No, there are chances to go into the finals, but we will play well so that we can at least there when the chance is given to us. So we'll play better. Yeah, we had this talk in our team, and then we'll execute that well.
Anyway, thank you for that. And Raj, your last league game, you all have played 4 games, lost 4. What has been the team talk, and how is the morale being kept up, trying to encourage the boys to come up with a better performance?
Actually, we are today we are trying to sit down with that 150 runs target because we are last 4 games we are lost. We are trying our best and we'll try to win this game.
Anyway, all the best, and that's the team. News from the center. OiLSERV Risers won the toss. Elect to take first strike. We'll have action coming in the next few minutes. Thank you. Thank you, gentlemen. All the best. Let's get going. Yeah?
एम्पायर विनीत बैटिंग बॉलिंग यहाँ से स्टार्ट करने बोलना थोड़ा पावर प्ले मिलता रहे अगर कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं है उन लोग को तो क्योंकि पावर प्ले मेन मिस हो जाता है वो साइड से करेंगे
फर्स्ट वीक में हमने करा दिया था
नहीं उसको पूछ के देखो ना कि बैट्समैन की जो बॉलर की चॉइस यही से अपोजिट से अभी क्या चांसेस है ग्रुप का क्या
मैं थोड़ी देर देता हूँ लेकिन फिर आपका फ़ोन चार्जिंग पे लगा है क्या?
हाँ जी. 100% लेके आया था. एक मैच करो और स्कोरिंग 80% उड़ जाता है उसमें.
देखिए थोड़ी देर मैं देता हूँ फिर आपको फिर मुझे वापस लगा.
हाँ ठीक है. तब तक और चार्ज हो जाएगा तो आपको.
इसने अभी तक मैच स्टार्ट नहीं किया बट इसने स्टार्ट होने के बाद वरना एडिटिंग के लिए पूछेगा वो.
देखो चाहिए ये लेके जा मैं देता हूँ.
हाँ
मैं देता हूँ लेकिन फिर एक आधी मैच के बाद देते रैश में भी आधी चार्ज
वहीं पे मैं लेके आता हूँ फिलहाल उधर देखता हूँ मैं. फिलहाल ले लो. I'll give you. मैं 2-4 कॉल खत्म करके.
ठीक है ठीक है.
अपडेट जब हुआ ना पूरा ओवर
JSS बैटिंग करता तो जल्दी खत्म हो जाती है. Start करो commentary. Morning and welcome to live action game number 13. OiLSERV Risers versus JSS. Both the teams playing their last league game. Jatin on strike. Asad the bowler, captain. Plays it down towards square leg for a single. Two men outside. Deep square leg. And a man at long off. First runs on board. Ishan Mistry partnering Jatin in this game. Onto the pads, plays it down towards shot fine, the fielder there. Keeping the ball within the 30-yard circle, booting in it. So another single, score moves on to 2. Steady start in the first 2 balls. We're having a talk with the captains at the toss. Both are resigned for the fact that they are going to play the respective 3rd and 4th and then 5th and 6th place respectively. As Jatin tickles one round the corner for another single to short square leg. Teams have to come in with that intent of winning the game and trying to chase bigger positions, higher positions rather, not, you have your backs to the wall, but it's always nice to come up with a positive intent, no matter what the result could be at the end of the day. As Ishan Mistry plays a dot ball and 5th ball, this time trying to chase this one. Umpire deems it a legal delivery, so 5 balls done, score 3 for the loss of no wicket. Ishan Mistry batting 1 of 3, quiet start. Asking for an LBW, and he has been given pitching on middle and leg, straightening up. Ishan playing around it. As Ishan Mistry is the first casualty out. Tanuj. As we have quickly have an update. Tanuj, what is the banter between you and Ishan going on at this moment?
With me and Ishan, we are like, we are funny bones. Like we laugh together, we play with each other. Like it's not from now. Like last 4 years, we're working in the same environment. So this is like brother to brother gesture. Like we enjoy each other teasing, and this is what about it.
Okay, a small little banter from Tanuj and Ishan, and that's what this game is all about. You enjoy each other's success, have a little bit of goof ups going on, a little bit of matchups between opponents, between teammates as well. So that's good cricket all round as we see the next man coming into bat. Asad completing a successful over, giving away just 3 runs and taking the wicket of Ishan Mistry. Jatin taking strike. Alpesh Patel has just come into bat at number 3. As Rajendran, stand-in captain at the toss, is bowling the second over. Again, coming from round the wicket to Alpesh. Umpire calls it a wide, bowls it outside off stump. Alpesh just moving across to his right but letting the ball go, and that's why it's called a wide. Score moves on to 5. Missing a foolish delivery, playing around. Okay, in this game, it's the first of the 3 games to be played today. So Alpesh plays it towards, covers towards Asad and takes off for a single. He's off the mark. Score moves on to 6. The Oil and Gas Premier League Season 1 being sponsored by Bluebell Shipping, as Jatin goes for a cut, no edge whatsoever is what the umpire says. So the appeal being turned out. As we have a look at the title sponsors for this tournament: Bluebell Shipping, So Well. Associate sponsors: PFF Valve Fittings, Asco Filtry, Caltros. This game's being played at the Eagle Sports Club, as another late card this time finds the gap towards Gully. So the first boundary of the game from the bat of Jatin. Jatin's been in good nick through this tournament. He's had some decent scores out here. Score moves on to 10 as we come towards the last ball of the second over. We're in the power play. Only 2 men allowed outside the circle in the first 6 overs. There's a man at deep square leg and a man at long on, patrolling the fence. 7 men inside the circle as Rajendran comes into bowl. Again tries to cut this one, under edges this towards point and takes off for a single. So a better over for OiLSERV. They get 8 runs of that. Score moves on to 11. Jatin batting 8 of 6 with 1 boundary, and Alpesh batting 1 of 2. Teams to follow playing games today is Cummins Arabia, Petrofac, Supertech and DNO Dynamos. Trying to cut this one now. Asad enticing Jatin to go square of the wicket. Over the top, beating the man at mid-off, the man at long on coming round, keeping it down to a single. Score moves on to 12. Now Asad here bowling a pretty straight line and trying to slow the ball as much as possible. So the batsman has to make all the efforts out here. He succeeded so far, and he's also got a wicket, as Alpesh this time tries to come round the corner and play a chance of a run out and a leg bye being called. So all happening out there. Alpesh squaring himself up. Lucky for him that the impact was outside the line of off stump. Kissing his pads, missed the keeper. The man at shot third doing the fielding. So leg byes to the total. Score moves on to 13 for the loss of 1 wicket. This time slowish delivery, plays it towards covers. No run there. Only 2 men outside protecting. Asad's doing a fantastic job of keeping it straight, slow, as another straightish delivery being played back. He comes in as an off spinner, but he bowls it up at a fairly decent pace. and then tosses one up, inviting the as Jatin this time succeeds in beating mid off, but we got to see whether he beats the man at long on. He can't, and another boundary. Score moves on to 17. Jatin this time making full use of the levers that he has. All he had to do was beat the man at mid off, and he does that. Score moves on to 17. He's on 13 of 11 deliveries. Alpesh is batting 1 of 3 as Rajendran comes to bowl his second over. Brief interruption play as water showers going from outside the commentary box. As Rajendran bowls a dot ball to Alpesh. This is the power play that OiLSERV risers have to maximize if they want to have a decent score out here. Can't wait for it as Rajendran bowls this to Alpesh, bounces off the track. Surprising Alpesh, but manages to play it to short covers for a single. He's off strike now, brings Jatin on strike. Now the least Alpesh can do out here is to make sure he keeps the scoreboard ticking, gives Jatin the strike so that Jatin can make use of the restrictions, field restrictions. Rajendran to Jatin. Full toss onto the body. Can't make full use of it. Sends the ball down to fine leg and does a quick turnaround for 2 to take strike. Score moves on to 20. Lucky.
विनीत बैक साइड के वो पोस्टर्स अरे उसको बोलना जाएगा ना
Lucky for Rajendran that it wasn't called a no ball, just below the waist height. It's lucky.
वॉकी पे बोलो प्लेयर कर देगा ना वही है मैं बोलता हूँ एम्पायर को उसको बोल देगा
Another full toss, plays it towards deep mid wicket for a single. Second game of the day is between Cummins Arabia and Supertech, and the last league game between Petrofac and DNO Dynamos. Cummins Arabia already has qualified for the finals. Wait for the game between DNO Dynamos and Petrofac to know who the second finalist is going to be, as Alpesh takes a single. He moves on to 3.
खाली वो मिड ऑन वाले प्लेयर को बोलना बोर्ड उठा दे आपके पीछे जो बोर्ड है ना खाली उसको उठा देने बस ये ओवर के ब्रेक में
Score moves on to 22 for 1. We're coming towards the last ball of the 4th over. Again, onto the pads, plays it towards short fine. 1 run being taken, a misfield there, but no excess runs being taken. So end of 4 overs, 23 for the loss of 1 wicket. Current run rate of 5.75. Still a sedate start by any standards, as OiLSERV risers need to rise above the current run rate that they're going on. Over number 5 to begin. Jatin on strike. He's batting 17 of 14 with 2 boundaries. And this time off the back foot punches it towards point and they take a quick single. Score moves on to 24. So warm conditions out here as we start the summer season of 23 here in the UAE. A beautiful ball again, curling a bit outside the off stump. Alpesh is rooted to the crease. He's not moving front to back. He's playing from within the crease, trying to move his hands towards the ball. No foot movement, not going to help him. This time plays it towards short mid wicket, and the fielder there fielding the ball with his foot, keeping it down to a single. Score moves on to 25. Plays it back towards the bowler. Unable to field that. The man had long off coming in the 30 yard to collect the ball. So another single. Score moves on to 26. You can have a look at the wicket. It is quite bare. The batsman just has to plant his foot outside off stump, and as Asad tries to bowl this one round the legs, called wide. Alpesh trying to access the fine leg area by moving towards the off stump. Lucky for him that this time, as he this time plays it towards short mid wicket for another single. Score moves on to 28. It's the last ball of the 5th over coming up. Short, cuts it towards covers for another single. So another good over from Asad. He's bowled 3 overs, given away 14 runs and taken 1 wicket.
वो विनीत जाएगा तो ही कर सकता, वो बंदे ने जल्दी जल्दी में कर दिया। हाँ, वो बंदा कोई आता है तो मैं यहाँ का भेजता हूँ यार, वो कैसे करे।
We look at the batting card so far in 5 overs. Jatin batting 20 of 17, 2 boundaries. Ishan Misri, the man out. LBW Asad for 1 of 4. Jatin gets a full toss and sends it towards deep mid wicket. The man there at the boundary patrolling keeps it down to a double. Alpesh batting 5 of 9, 3 extras in the innings so far, 2 wides and a leg by. So have a look at the bowling analysis. Asad 3 overs, 14 runs, 1 wicket. Rajendran 1 over, 8 runs, no wicket. Shiraz bowling the 4th over, giving away 6 runs of that over. And Wajid Shah has just started as we see this ball going in the air towards the gully region for another boundary. Thickish outside edge. And with the power that Jatin used, the ball racing away to the boundary. Score moves on to 35. In the last over of power play, as the field restrictions will be removed at the end of this over. Yes, Jatin this time plays it towards the cover region. Ball again racing towards the boundary. Fielder giving the chase. And the ball just crossing the boundary for a. So Jatin collects his 4th boundary of the innings. Score moves on to 39. He moves on to 30 of 20. And then plays it in the air towards deep mid wicket. Another run being taken. Score moves on to 40. Alpesh plays it towards point. Asad, the fielder there, wanting a single, but Jatin not keen, as it could have been risky. So dot ball. 4 balls completed in the Jatin getting a couple of runs, followed by a single each. And then Jatin sending one over cow corner for the first maximum of the day, followed by a wide. And a single to the last ball to Manish. So 71 as this time he plays it. The keeper Ranjit missing that one. Again the batsman crossover for another run. Wait for the umpire signal. If it's a wide, it's called a leg by. So another extra added to the total. Score moves on to 72. 10 extras already. 8 wides, 2 leg bys. Jatin now batting 42 of 27. 4 boundaries, 1 maximum. Manish batting 2 of 5. Shiraz the bowler, pick of the bowler so far, 2 overs, 8 runs and 1 wicket. As Jatin sends this towards deep mid wicket, the man inside the ring unable to field that one, so lets another extra run. Jatin moves on to 44 of 28. Score moves on to 74. The first 10 overs of this innings being bowled from the Vision grounds end, and when they come back after the break, as he squeezes this one past point and third man for another boundary, he moves on to 48 with 5 boundaries and a maximum. Score moves on to 78. So at the end of this over, there could be a drinks break, and we'll have a change of ends as the bowlers will now come to bowl in from the commentary box end. These pictures brought to you by AS Live. Experience the live moments. As we thank our sponsors for this tournament, Bluebell Shipping so well. Associate sponsors PFF Valve Fittings, Orisco Filtry, Caltros, as Jatin takes this round deep square leg, comes back for the second, and a well-made half century. Guys, as he raises his bat, and he's continuing the good work of shouldering the responsibility at the batting. He's also bowling the first few overs for his side, so he's got a lot of responsibility on his shoulders, and he's done amicably well so far. As Jatin squeezes this one towards short third man, chasing the ball, and another boundary. So he's found his moyo. He's now starting to toy around with the bowling. He's finding the gaps at will. The captain Asad at the moment a bit clueless as to how he stops this left-hander. Score races to 84. Good ball, curling this one in onto the pads, but Jatin equally good at playing it towards backward square leg for a single. So at the end of 10 overs, 85 for the loss of 2 wickets. As we have a quick drinks break. And have a look at the scorecard so far. Jatin opening the innings with Ishan. He is batting 55 of 32, 6 boundaries, and as maximum. Ishan Mistry was out 1 LBW of 4 balls of the bowling of Asad. Alpesh Patel out for 17 of 19 balls, 2 boundaries. He was caught by Ranjit of the bowling of Shiraz. And Manish batting at 2 of 5. With 10 extras to the total, 85 for 2. Fall of wicket, Ishan at the score of 3 and Alpesh at the score of 57. Welcome back. Well, we start the 11th over. Asad now taking the responsibility of trying to get a wicket. He'll be more than happy to get one, and if he gets Jatin, that would be the icing on the cake. He's given up 14 runs of the 3 overs that he's bowled and taken 1 wicket. Asad to Jatin. Outside the off stump, plays it towards covers. The man at deep cover, a bit slow, but still keeps it.
थोड़ा राइट
Asad to Manish, plays it towards covers. The man at extra cover coming in, and the man at point coming towards the ball, keeping it down to a single. Score moves on to 87. 6 teams in this tournament. Asad to Jatin, plays it with soft hands towards extra cover. Another single. Score 88 for the loss of 2 wickets. It's the bulk of the scoring being done by Jatin. It's batting 55. Asking for a caught behind. Probably off the pad. Three runs given off the 4 balls bowled, so good over so far. As we see the men on the onside protecting the boundary at deep mid wicket. Man at cow corner and a man at long on. Misfield again, but again just 1 run being added to the total. Score moves on to 89. Last ball of the 11th over. Cuts this, and a good bit of fielding, stops the single. So end of Asad's spell for today. His 4 overs have cost 18 runs, and he's taken 1 wicket. Shiraz comes in to bowl his last over of the game. He's given away 21 runs of the 3 overs he's bowled. .89 for 2 at the end of 11 overs. Current run rate of 8.09 should get them to 162. Should be a good total to defend. They would ideally want a little bit more than that, just to keep that safe cushion. Shiraz from the commentator's end bowls it towards Manish, and a wide being called. There's a slight cross breeze coming towards from the left to right, so it is going to help the ball start from middle and leg and go down, so bowlers have to adjust that line. Could be a good line to the left-hander. Sporting the 81 number jersey is Shiraz, as he bowls to Jatin, cuts it towards gully. He's collected his 4th boundary through that region. Anything slightly short, he's cutting that one well. And another boundary comes up. So moves on to 95. These pictures being captured on AS Live. Experience the live moments. It's Shiraz bowling to Jatin. Again, outside off stump, being called wide. Nothing much to experiment out here. Just need to keep it outside the off stump, invite the drive, and you could have some better results. Bowling it short or bowling it wide is not going to be the ideal scenario, as this time this is what he's supposed to be bowling, outside the off stump. Invite the batsman to make a mistake and not bowl it into his comfort zone. .96 for 2. Towards covers again for a single. Manish on strike. Shiraz the bowler, slightly short over the bowler's head. Towards long off for another single. In the air, but again falling short in the circle. The man had long on, trudging in to collect the balls, keeps it down to a single. Score moves on to 99. Jatin batting 63. Full toss, taking the outer edge of the bat. and goes towards the short third man for a single. Hundred at the end of 12 overs. 12 overs completed, 100 for the loss of 2 wickets, 8.38 the current run rate, projected score 167 as Vijay comes into bowl the 13th over of the innings. His third of the day, he's gone for 25 of the 2 overs that he's bowled. Shiraz too completing his 4 overs. He's given away 32 runs and taken 1 wicket. So Asad and Shiraz the wicket takers so far for JSS fittings. JSS 5 fittings playing their last league game have yet to taste success in the 4 games that they have played so far. They've lost all the 4. As Vijay to Manish plays it towards extra cover. Fielder there keeping it down to a single. Score moves on to 101. Again in the air. Score moves on to 102. Now with the line that he's bowling and at the pace, Vijay should be tempted to bring his men inside the circle and invite the batsman to play over the top as Manish plays this one in the air. The man at long on coming and misjudges this one. One bounce. One bounce into the fence he goes. Raj misjudging that one. Stationed himself under the ball, but his hands just not closing in, resulting in a boundary being scored. 106. And another wide being bowled. Score moves on to 107. Again, another cotton ball being missed. Vijay just not closing the hands, so score moves on to 108. Chetan on strike. This time towards deep point. The fielders keeping it within the field of play. So 2 runs added. Score moves on to 110. In the air, the man at long on coming in. One bounce. It was worth an attempt had he tried a bit more harder. Score at the end of 13 overs, 111 for the loss of 2 wickets. Ranjit Kesavan coming into bowl, and he's been smoked for 6. Just of the second ball, he's given away 8 runs of the first 2 balls. As the batsman plays it towards, Jatin plays it towards deep mid wicket. By the time the fielder comes into field, another couple of runs added. The score moves on to 121, 13.3 overs. Jatin batting 77 of 45. He's got 7 boundaries and 2 sixes in the innings. Onto the pads again. That's bread and butter for Jatin. He's not going to miss out on scoring opportunities there. Collects another single. He moves on to 78. Taking the outer edge of the bat, going towards deep point for a single. Manish moves on to 13. This partnership 67 of 37 balls. The bulk of the scoring being done by Jatin. As again plays it high in the air. The man at mid wicket coming in, but still falling too short of him for a single. Last ball of the over, again one in the air, but falling way short of the man at long on for another single. 126 for 2 at the end of 14 overs. Manish batting 14 of 15 with 1 boundary, strike rate of 93.33. Jatin batting 79 of 47, 7 boundaries, 2 sixes, strike rate of 168.09. So 9 runs an over. The current run rate should get them to 180. As Vijay comes into bowl to Manish. 1 run towards deep mid wicket, misfield, but the batsmen were quite happy to keep it to a single itself. Now with the batsman not using full power, it should be a no-brainer for the captain to bring his men at least 5 yards inside, as Jatin this time spots the slower one and plays it towards extra cover for a single. The man at long off, running across 20 meters to his right. As Vijay bowls to Manish. Again plays it towards extra cover. The man there, misfielding. And can't get worse than this for JSS, who already are being smoked for boundaries and sixes. And another misfield gets Manish his second boundary. He now moves to 19 or 17. His strike rate goes up to 111.76. So a couple of strikes and you suddenly, your strike rate starts moving up the ladder. As Vijay in the air, Ranjit coming under it, and a well-judged catch. So that sees the end of Manish. Played a good hand in that partnership of 75. He scored 19 of them, but the most important thing was that he partnered Jatin when it mattered most, and loss of his wicket. 132 for 3 as Vineet comes into bat. He is batting at number 5. This tournament being played at the Eagle Sports Club on the Dubai Lane Road. We need Deshpande and the new batsman. Vijay, who's been expensive so far as a wicket. We need taking strike to Vijay. We need place it down towards mid wicket for a single. Jatin just walking across for that single. It's been there since the start of the game. And must be feeling the heat. Conditions not too favorable if you are not playing regular cricket, as trickles this down the corner. The man is shot fine, missing that one. The ball going towards the boundary, manages to keep it within the field of play. Wait for the umpire's signal and he calls it runs. So 135 for 3 at the end of 15 overs. Okay, 9 runs coming off that over. And losing the wicket of Manish. Ranjit coming to bowl his second over. It's gone for 15 of the first over he bowled. Vijay completed his quota of 4 overs, 45 for 1. As Vaneet plays this towards short mid wicket and takes off for a single. We're coming towards the last quarter of the innings. Another 15, the last 5 overs will get them to 185. 60 will get them to 195. This is what they will be targeting. Anything between the range of 50 and 60 in the last 5 overs. There's Ranjit down the leg side, waiting for what the umpire's call will be. It's called a wide. The score moves on to 138. We need plays it down towards long offs rather for a single. He moves on to 3 of 3. Jatin batting 82 of 49, well on course for another 100 that can be scored. Already two centuries scored in this tournament so far. Another wide down leg side. As it was long on for another single. When he plays this in the air, man at long on coming in, Ajit keeps it down to a single. My apologies, we only have 1 century in the innings or in the tournament so far. That was by Jeevan. Chance could have crashed onto the stumps, not to be. Chance of another catch, and again Rajendran missing that one, and that's a 6. Now we're having a re-look at our stats, and we have confirmation that it is 2 centuries in the tournament. Jeevan Gangadharan was the first one, and then followed by Kishore from Cummins Arabia. As a 150, 148 for 3. Again, another expensive over comes to an end. He had given away 7 runs of the first 5 balls, and the wide resulting in Jatin sending this one towards mid-wicket, and the fielder again grasping that chance and going over the fence. So he races to 89 of 52 balls, 7 boundaries, 3 sixes, 148 for the loss of 3 wickets. Rajendran asking for an LBW, not to be way down leg side, and a leg bye being called. Score moves on to 149. Last 4 overs, 10 and over will get them to 188. 12 will get them to 198. As chance of a run out is that the umpire thinks that's not out. And the 150 coming up in 16.2 overs. We need batting 4 or 5. Optimistic appeal, but not to be. We need missing this one, and the keeper Shiraz too missing that one. Chance of a stumping. So Rajendran trying to tighten up things. He's been the culprit there, dropping 2 catches off Jatin. He has to come back. As Vineet plays it towards deep mid-wicket, and another boundary. So the flow of runs continuing. Score moves on to 154. Vineet moves on to 8 of 7 with his first boundary. As Raj to Vineet. Full toss, plays it in the air, over mid-wicket. Waiting for the umpire's confirmation. There's the 1 bounce 4 or over the ropes. The umpire confirming that it's a boundary, so 2 boundaries back to back brings the score to 154, and Vineet goes up to 12 of 8. Another full toss, over, long on. Vijay not able to catch that one. Just a couple of meters over the boundary line for another maximum. So the carnage continues. Score moves on to 164. Vineet racing to 18 of 9. Last 3 balls, he scored 14 runs. 164 for 3 at the end of 17 overs. Rajendran 2 overs 23, Ranjit Kesavan 2 overs 28. It's not been a good bowling performance by JSS against the OiLSERV Risers. As Ranjit comes into bowl to Jatin, plays it in the air, chance this time, but beyond Vijay's reach. So another couple of runs. Jatin just chipping it. moves on to 92. This time, is that a chance? The fielder coming under it, and a beautiful catch in the end. Well judged. Brings an end to Jatin's fantastic innings. Not going for personal glory, trying to score the maximum he can. So finally, after 2 let off, this time Manpreet, the fielder, so we yet to wait and watch who could be the third centurion of the tournament. On 92 score. Keeps Jatin on the number 1 position with 273 runs. A difference of 82 with Jeevan Gangadharan, who's at second position on the leaderboard for runs. The late cut towards third man, comes back for 2. Akhilesh, the captain, going at number 6. Coming at the fall of the 4th wicket. Out. Jatin was the man out, caught by Manpreet for 92. In the air, the man at covers now coming under it. Is that another catch? Yes. So, after a couple of drops, a couple of good catches by the JSS fielders. Akhilesh out for 2 of 2 balls. A short stay as Bala Sahib comes into the center. Two wickets in quick succession. Caught by Johar. Balasai Patil numbers and plays it towards extra cover for a single. Score 169 for 5, so a relatively very good over considering the carnage that JSS had to handle in the last few years as he bowls down leg side. Chance of a catch and a miss results in a boundary, so the commentators curse out there. Had given away 5 runs until then and concedes a boundary of the last ball. So Vineet moves on to 22 of 10 with 3 boundaries and a maximum. We've seen Jatin playing a master of an innings for 92 of 55, 7 boundaries, 3 sixes. His 70 minutes vigil at the crease came to an end with a good catch at the deep mid-wicket by Manpreet. As we have a look at this fall of wickets, 3, 57, 132, 166, 168. Wajid Shah coming into bowl his second over. And another maximum, this time of the bat of Bala Sahib in the slot. A request sent by his teammates from the dugout and he obliges. As the banter between the OiLSERV boys continues, a leg by, chance of a run out. Is it? And he is out. So, comedy of errors out there. a ball kissing the pad, going towards shot fine. Bala Sahib calling for the leg by, and in the end, his slowness towards the non-striker's end and a direct throw, wanting to save himself from the ball. In the end, exposing the stumps to be broken. Come on, batsman. So 179 for 6. 18.2 overs completed. Bala Sahib out for is out for 7 with of 3 balls as Vineet plays this one towards deep mid wicket for a single. Score moves on to 180. They want to finish with another 12 to 15 runs on the remaining 9 balls that are there. As Wajid Shah bowls this one down leg side. A wide is going to help their cause there as score moves on to 181. 20 extra, 16 wides, 1 no ball. As Tanuj plays this over the bowler's head. Ball going towards long on for a single. Vineet plays it over the bowler's head. Ranjit, one bounce, collects the ball, keeps it down to a single. Score moves on to 183. Towards point, is a chance of a run out, missed. Tanuj Sharma collects another single. He moves on to 2 of 2. Vineet batting 24 of 12. At the end of 19 overs, 184 for 6 as the last over being bowled by Ranjit. Wajid Shah bowling his 2 overs, giving away 26 runs. As we have a look at the bowling analysis. So far, Asad 4 overs, 18 runs, 1 wicket. Rajendran 2 overs, 23 runs, no wicket. Shiraz 4 overs, 32 runs, 1 wicket. Wajid Shah 2 overs, 26 runs, no wicket. Vijay 4 overs, 45 runs, 1 wicket. And Rajit Kesavan at the moment 37 for 2 of the 3 overs he's bowled. The last ball as Tanuj Sharma takes this one on his pad. No run there. Last over coming up, 19.1 completed, 184. Walks across the stump. Is that a stumping? And yes, it is. So another wicket out. 184 for 7. Akil, the new man, coming in at number 9. Ishan ka lete, Ishan. Let's have Ishan coming in. Last ball. Last. As Akil taking strike, comes down the wicket. Is that another stumping? The umpire says not out. So 3 balls of the last over and no runs being given away. Score remains on 184. Most important thing is that Vineet is kept off strike, who was striking at the race, was a strike rate of 200. Is again match awareness as to who is the man who is going to get them the maximum runs. Yes. Comes on the wicket, plays it down to long on for a single. One run, most important, gets Vineet Deshpande on strike, who must face the last two balls. Is surely going to face the fifth ball of the last over. Is that a stumping? Yes, this time it's a stumping. So another wicket to fall. So a very good over so far as we speak to Ishan. From OiLSERV. तो पीछे आजा ईशान आजा. As Ishan, you Tanuj had a lot to say when you were out, and what do you have to say when he is out in the same fashion?
I think the way he is playing. This time it was nothing much to play, but he wants to prove himself all the time. So that is what something which keep on going between us. And I think the way I played, the similar fashion my friend has played.
So we can say that's a carbon copy of each other when you both go to play in the center.
I would say like he should be sensible, like not like me. I was like still reasonable, but he is like.
Well, there's a lot being said out here. These are fun times here. As OiLSERV boys are having a fantastic time out here against JSS. The last ball of the innings coming up, 185 is what the score is. They have scored well so far, but the last over 5 balls, 1 run being scored, 2 wickets being lost. 185 for 8 as Kapil goes into the center to face the last ball of the innings. So a bit of a redemption for JSS as they come to the last ball as he chops this one. Chance of a run out and a direct hit. And yes, confirmation that the 9th wicket is down. Ranjit giving away only just 1 run and managing to get 2 wickets of his own bowling. He finishes his 4 overs with 38 runs and 4 wickets. As 185 is what the final total is. 186 is what JSS will come back to chase in the next few moments. As we have a look at the batting scorecard, Jatin out 92 of 55 balls, 7 boundaries, 3 sixes. Ishan Mistry, whom we were speaking to a couple of minutes ago with a bit of banter with his friend Tanuj Sharma, he was out 1 of 4. Alpesh Patel 17 of 19 with 2 boundaries. Manish out 19 of 18 with 2 boundaries. Vineet Deshpande a quick fire 24 of 12, 3 boundaries, 1 6. Akhilesh 2 of 2. Balasaheb 7 of 3 with 1 maximum. Tanuj Sharma stumped for 2 of 4 balls, and Amal not out 1 of 2. And Kapil, the last man, run out for the first ball. So 185 is what JSS, is what OiLSERV has scored. 186 is what JSS needs in their 20 overs to win this game. As we will come back in the next few minutes for the chase.
बिल्कुल ठीक। मैं खुद आज आपको मैसेज करने आया था। ऑल सेट, टूर पहुंच गए, इंडिया वापस पहुंच गए लड़के। हाँ जी, वो डिपेंड होता है मैचेस कितने हैं तो उसके हिसाब से मैं आपको डेट देता हूँ, और कब चाहिए वो भी इम्पोर्टेंट है। ये ना हो कि हम रिजर्व हो और वो टाइम पे मैं प्राइस दे दूँ तो फ़ायदा नहीं। आप मुझे उससे मैचेस पूछ लो और डेट पूछ लो बस, फिर मैं कुछ अच्छा रेट बनाऊँगा। और किधर कौन सी सिटी में है, दुबई, अबू धाबी, अजमान, शारजा, ये पूछ लेना। ये तो मसला करेगा। क्यों? फोन चेक करो। एक मिनट। और राइट जाएगा। और वाइट जाएगा तो सही हो जाएगा ना, मसला नहीं। अभी नेक्स्ट मैच में मैं उसको बोल के विकेट चेंज करवाता हूँ। यहाँ तक आएगा, लेकिन इसकी प्रॉब्लम क्या होगी कि ये यहाँ पे आ रहा है। ये चेक करो कितना एरिया कितना है। तो थोड़ा यहाँ ले आओ। क्या करेंगे, ले आओ थोड़ा। नेक्स्ट मैच चेंज कराता हूँ, थोड़ा ले आओ। थोड़ा बोलेंगे एम्पायर को कुछ करना, ठीक है, खैर है, कोई नहीं। हम्म। केक खाना है तो आ जाओ नीचे। हाँ। वॉकी टॉकी दे देना। दिया अभी। हेलो एम्पायर, वॉकी टॉकी आपके पास है? हेलो 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 हेलो, कहाँ है? वॉकी टॉकी किसके पास है? ये देखो इसके पास है, ये सुनना भी तो चाहिए ना। हाथ में है लेकिन जवाब नहीं। हेलो हेलो एम्पायर, आवाज आ रही है? बंद रखा तो कैसे आएगी? इसको चालू करो 9 पे। हेलो हेलो 9 मेन एम्पायर के पास रखो।
Welcome back to the Chase JSS Pipe and Fittings, needing 186 to win this contest. So we thank our sponsors for this tournament: Bluebell Shipping, Servowell, associate sponsors PFF Valve Fittings, Asco Filtry, Caltros. So Oil and Gas Premier League Season 1. As we see the opening batsmen coming into the center, Ranjit Kesavan and Asad. Ranjit Kesavan taking strike, Asad going towards the non-striker's end. As we wait for confirmation as who is going to open the bowling for OiLSERV Risers. Akhilesh, the captain, to open the bowling. He's been doing this throughout the tournament. Akhilesh to Ranjit. Starts off with a wide. Bowling the new cherry, you need to keep control as this time plays it towards point for a boundary. Shot outside the off stump, rocks back and cuts this one, bisecting the fielder at point and covers. So 5 for the loss of no wicket. Only 2 men are allowed outside the 30-yard, and the man had long on and a man had long off. So the lines have to be more accurate. He needs to keep pitch it up and invite the batsman to drive. This time again cuts it, man at point doing the fielding this time. Ishan Mistry. With the ball being fairly new, it could bring in a slip and pitch it up to the batsman. Even half an edge can be pouched by the keeper or the man at slip. But so far not to be, as he bowls one up to the stumps, plays it down towards covers. Bala Sahib, the fielder there, no run there. So after the boundary, a couple of good balls. Plays it down towards short third, squeeze it down, foolish delivery. No run there. Score remains on 5. The men in orange have tasted success and defeat in equal numbers. As this time plays it again towards Bala Sahib at covers. 5 balls completed. Started off with a couple of victories and then a couple of losses. Have put OiLSERV in 3rd position. In all likelihood, even after this win, we'll wait for the game between DNO Dynamos and Petrofac. Chance of a catch. Plays it uppish towards the extra cover boundary. Bala Sahib giving up the chase there. So 4 more runs added to the total score. Moves on to 9 at the end of 1 over. First time we see a different new ball partner for Akhilesh. It was Jatin who had been doing all this while, but he is off the field at the moment. So Bala Sahib will now take the new ball responsibility. He's bowling to Asad. It's a change in field. The men on and long off coming into the circle. The man at short third being sent down to third man. He's been brought a lot finer. The man at long off still stationed outside, so he's the second man outside the 30-yard circle. Score 9 for the loss of no wicket. Bala Sahib. Asad plays it towards Gully. Tanuj, the fielder there. Down the leg side, wide. Jatin, keeper kaun hai? Alpesh Patel, the wicket keeper, doing well to go down to his left side and collect the ball. Making sure that there is just a single on wide being giving us chance of a caught behind, and again this time being called a wide. Umpire quite strict on anything that's outside the tram lines. So score moves on to 11. Chance of a catch, just eluding the man at gully, the man at third man, chasing around Kapil and keeping down to a single. Score moves on to 12.
कल आफ्टरनून का रखे हाँ अभी जाने का हाँ तो ये मस्जिद है ना अपनी अपने मेरे घर के नीचे वो लाइन में सेकंड बिल्डिंग में नीचे ग्राउंड फ्लोर पे ही है अपनी मस्जिद है ना घर के नीचे
Change in the field, the man at third man coming in and the man at covers going outside. The fielders being moved a bit more squarer. Gully being moved out, point moved a few paces to his right. Covering the gap.
वही बिल्डिंग के नेक्स्ट बिल्डिंग में ग्राउंड फ्लोर पे ही है
Again this time cut
कंप्यूटर पूरा
towards point. Chase for Ishan, just managing to keep it inside the boundary. So two more added to the total. Score moves on to 14. Ranjit moves into double figures as another one cut towards extra cover boundary. Both the bowlers being guilty of bowling it short outside the off stump wide, and Ranjit is not going to miss out on those opportunities. Score moves on to 18. Ranjit moving on to 14 of 8 balls, 3 boundaries. Needing another 168 of the remaining 110 balls. Onto the pads, plays it towards short square leg, no run there. Last ball of the second over coming up, 1.5 overs done, 18 for the loss of no wicket. Sam plays it towards extra cover. Vineet, the fielder there outside on the boundary, keeps it down to a single. So 19 for the loss of no wicket at the end of second over. Ranjit Kesavan 15 of 10. Asad 1 of 2. 10 runs of the over. 9 runs of the first over and 10 of the second over. Zakhilesh comes into bowl the third over. He continues his spell. Okay, and inducing the outside edge. Tanuj, the fielder there, missing out. Vineet chasing the ball, keeps it down to 2. Score moves on to 21. OiLSERV Risers need a better show out here. They just can't relax out there because again this one playing it towards covers, no run there. Good line by Akhilesh outside the off stump, bowling it outside, inviting the drive. Up in the air, the man at mid-on trudging back. Is that a chance? And it's dropped. Chance. Settling well under the ball against the wind. So the ball held up in the air for some time. And the drop. Plays it towards extra cover. Ishan Misri, the fielder there, coming around 10 meters to his left and throws the ball towards the keeper, Alpesh. And another run added. Score moves on to 23. 2.4 overs completed. Plays it towards covers. Ishan Misri this time again moving another 5 meters to his right. Keeps it down to a single. 24 for no loss after 2.5. It's not a blazing start, but a decent one for JSS. Given the fact Ranjit is the one who's doing the bulk of scoring. He scored 19 of the 24 runs that have scored so far. But it keeps you some kind of a momentum which you are looking for initially in the game. Wild swing, miss, end of the over. 24 for the loss of no wicket at the end of 3 overs. This picture is brought to you live by AS Live. Experience the live moments. Bala Sahib coming to bowl his second over. Akhilesh, the unlucky bowler, he got Ranjit was dropped off his bowling at mid-on. This time Ranjit comes down the track. Ball bouncing and not crossing over the fence, giving the fielder enough time to track back and keep it down to a single. Score moves on to 25. Asad struggling a bit out there. This time a wide again. Alpesh doing well. Score moves on to 26. Again plays it towards the extra cover region. Ishan doing the fielding out there. And another run added. Score moves on to 27. And Asad moves on to 2 of 4. Ranjit batting 20, he's on 3 of 5. Ranjit was on 20 of 15. Plays it towards mid-on. The man at long on coming into field, keeps it down to a single. The single's not going to hurt OiLSERV. We'll be thinking of the boundaries that are to be saved and try to curtail these extra balls that they have to bowl, because that will keep them more onto the field and take more energy off them. The conditions getting hotter by the day, as another one banana being served by Balasaheb. Asad playing down the wrong side. Score remains on 28. Edge goes to a short third, just one bounce. And Asad being one of the slow runners in this unit, it's not going to risk those risky singles. This time in the air, the man at long on, this time drops another one again. Manish, the second time that he's dropped both the openers, they should have had those 2 wickets. Manish doing everything right except clutching onto the ball. Comes under the ball, gets it in his palm, but then grasses it out. So at the end of 4 overs, 29 for the loss of no wicket. Current run rate of 7.25, required run rate 9.31. As Akhilesh comes to bowl his third over. And the 5th of the innings, we're still in the power play. Jatin coming onto the field, replacing Balasaheb, who's walking off the field with probably a sore thumb or a limb.
हाँ अंदर कंप्यूटर पूरे लैपटॉप वगैरह सब है ना हाँ मस्जिद की बिल्डिंग की जस्ट बाजू में हाँ शायद पूरे लैपटॉप लाइन से रखे हुए ना ट्रांसपेरेंट ग्लास से लैपटॉप मोबाइल नहीं है
Cuts this towards point, wanting a single. Ranjit this time not too keen on that. Score remains on 29. Asad batting 4. Lucky to survive a drop catch of the previous over last ball. As Tanuj just
बॉटिंग कॉल करे ना बॉटिंग हाँ हाँ इस पे है
Akhilesh to his counterpart Asad. Edge going towards Kapil through his legs, and the ball racing towards the third man boundary. So another drop catch, the third drop catch in the last 9 balls. Score moves on to 33. Asad collects his first boundary.
ये शायद ये बिल्डिंग ये इसके बाजू वाली जो अभी आप खड़े थे नहीं इसके शायद बाजू वाली है आगे
Akhilesh to Asad. This time over point. Vineet racing towards the boundary.
वो दो उनको
So another couple added to the total score, moves on to 35.
नहीं नहीं वो का है अपना जुबे शुभान भाई अच्छा नमाज के गए ठीक है जब तक वो क्या प्रॉब्लम है बताओ उनसे मैं फिर बात करता हूँ उनसे मेरी बात कराना पैसा नहीं देना
He moves on to 10 double figures.
करेगा
35 for the loss of no wicket. Beaten outside the off stump, playing down the wrong line, trying to heave it towards mid wicket. Asad plays it towards point, towards covers rather. Ishan Mistry moving towards his left and swiftly stopping the ball from crossing the 30-yard circle. So another run added. Score moves on to 36. It's the last ball of the 5th over coming up. Chance of a catch, and Kapil this time juggling and taking it on. The third attempt. So finally, Ranjit runs out of luck. Kapil, the man shorter, going down the track, trying to play it over square leg, gets a top edge, ball going towards in the air towards Kapil, who on the third attempt manages to catch that one. So the first wicket down for JSS. All important wicket of Ranjit Kesavan. So 36 for the loss of one wicket. The man out, Ranjit, is out for 21 of 17, 3 boundaries. It was dropped twice, rather once before by Manish, but Kapil not doing that same mistake. Let's come back live. 36 for 1 at the loss of 36 for the loss of 1 wicket in 5 overs as you see a bowling change. Jatin comes in first change. Yes, Ajit is coming at number 3. He is at the non-striker's end. Asad batting 11 of 13 with 1 boundary. Lucky to have had a reprieve of Bala Sahib's over. Plays it towards point, no run there. First of the
ठीक है, काम कर दो, पैसा नहीं लो, ठीक है? नहीं, तो वो बहुत काम कराता हूँ मैं इनसे, पैसा नहीं देने का।
first of the triple headers today on a Saturday morning, as plays it back towards the bowler. No run there.
ओके ओके, मुश्किल, ओके ओके। लैपटॉप का भी जो भी रहेगा ना कराओ, ये सही है इनके पास।
Jatin to us, 2 balls of the over completed. This is the last over of power play. Another slowish delivery, plays it towards point, wanting a run. As a sloppiness, Jatin wasn't aware that the throw was coming in. Vineet coming in from gully, throwing it towards the bowlers and hoping to get Ajit run out, but in the bargain gives away a single. Score moves on to 37. Both the teams not far away. They're on 37 with 3 balls to go. JS OiLSERV had got 44 in the power play that they had played. So 7 runs so far, differencing the side. It's a beautiful Yorker ball. Ajit managing to dig it out. Slowish delivery dipping onto him. Lucky for him, he didn't play it across the line, played it with a straighter bat. Fifth ball of the 6th over. This is the last over of power play. Again, another foolish delivery. Ajit again managing to keep it out and keeps survives in the center. Last ball of the over. Plays it towards point. No run there. End of a good over. Just 1 run coming off it. 37 for the loss of 1 wicket at the end of power play. The man out, Ranjit, caught by couple of the bowling of Akhilesh. Ajit batting none of 3 balls. Asad batting 12 of 16 with 1 boundary. The man out. Ranjit out for 21 of 17. He was caught by Kapil at short third man. Akhilesh continuing his spell. His last over of the day. Chance of wide being called outside the off stump. Moving further away. Score moves on to 38. Just playing from within the crease, not moving his feet at all towards the ball. Chance this time plays it over the bowler's head towards long off for another single. Asking for a straight one. Is that? Yes, it is. Squared up and played down the wrong line. So the second casualty for JSS. As we see the Cummins Arabia players coming towards the ground. They play Super Tech in their last league game.
आज सबका फाइनल है ना, मतलब लीग का सबका
League
फिर नेक्स्ट वीक सेमी है और फर्स्ट है नेक्स्ट वीक नहीं, नेक्स्ट वीक शायद नहीं मिलेगा। खेलने दो और ये सब हम लोग कैसा प्रोफेशनल हो जाए। वो प्लास्टिक के बेल्ट को भी नीचे ज़मीन पे मारेगा, अच्छा हो रखी है, मारने लगा पोलार्ड बनने लगा।
Shiraz walks into the center.
बैट से मारा, अरे भाई खेल रहे यार, शूज से करते स्पाइक से खेल। पर उसने देख लिया कि प्लास्टिक की है।
As Akhilesh comes into play, plays it towards long on for a single. Shiraz lofting this one. Ball going towards long on for a single. He moves. He's off strike with a single. Score moves on to 46.4 overs completed. Another 13.2 overs remaining in this contest. Asad wanting to play this one towards square leg, beaten by pace. Last ball of the over. Akhil, the fielder at short covers, no run there. So 40 at the end of 7 overs. Akhilesh completing his spell of 4 overs, 24 runs, 2 wickets. Jatin to come into bowl. He is bowling the 8th over of the innings. Oh, beautiful ball. Outfoxing Shiraz out there. Who's trying to drive that one. Flicks it. Bala Sahib, the fielder there, dropping that one. A ball going towards the square leg boundary, but just inside. So 2 more runs added. Score moves on to 42. As we see the third catch being dropped. Shiraz playing an uppish flick. Bala Sahib trying to get his hand to it, but Ball eluding him, and he gets another couple of runs. Shiraz. This time Jatin shortening the length a bit up. Jatin to Shiraz. This time with an open face bat, plays it towards deep mid wicket. 1 run completed. Score moves on to 43. As Jatin to Asad, wrapped on the pads, going down leg side. Oh, half-hearted appeal. Last ball of the 8th over coming up. Plays it towards covers for another single. So a good over coming to a close. 44 for the loss of 2 wickets at the end of 8 overs. Current run rate of 5.50. Required run rate. Now jumping to 11.83. Aniket, the new bowler. Aniket Singh replacing Akhilesh, who's completed his quota of 4 overs. Wide to start off with. Single to short point for score moves on to 46. आउटसाइड ऑफ स्टंप बॉल करने का फायदा ही नहीं है उसको. Change in the field. The man at square leg, deep square leg being brought inside the circle. The man at short mid wicket being sent out to deep mid wicket. Aniket to Shiraz. Plays it towards mid wicket for a single. Aniket Singh to Asad. Swings it across towards deep mid wicket for a single. Jatin the fielder there. So 4 runs coming on the first 3 balls, 3 singles and a wide. Again across the line, Asad plays it towards short mid wicket. Bala Sahib coming in from square leg, keeps it down to a single. Shiraz taking strike. Okay, the man at mid wicket again coming into play. Single being scored out there. Asking for an LBW and another LBW. This time Asad is the batsman who's been given LBW. So Aniket Singh gets the reward in his first over. And Asad's innings comes to an end out here. 49 for the loss of 3 wickets. He's out 16 of 26 balls with 1 boundary. Needing another 137 of 66 balls, required run rate of 12.45. Vijay, the new man. There's another. Shiraz sending it down towards fine leg for a couple of runs. Plays it towards short third, another single added to the total. So the 50 coming up with 9.1 overs, 51 to be precise, and another single added, moves on to 52. Shiraz batting 9 of 9, Vijay taking strike for the first time. Parag the bowler, new bowler, bowling from right arm over. Chance wanting to heave this one, but makes no contact. So score remains on 52. As you see, the breeze getting stronger from left to right as Vijay plays it towards short covers and a single being taken. Shiraz was a bit late to start but finally responded to the call and completes the single. Score moves on to 53 as the last over being bowled from the Vision grounds end. And a drinks break will follow suit when then the action starts from bowling from the commentary end as Shiraz plays this towards short covers, no run there. And bowled round his legs, missing this one, coming in line, inside the line and trying to play it over towards the square leg region, misses that one and his leg stump is being pegged back. So 53 for the loss of 4 wickets at the end of 10 overs. Shiraz out 9 of 10 balls. The 9 of 11 balls. And Parag too getting a wicket of the last ball of his first over like Aniket Singh had done. As we have a look at the scorecard so far, Ranjit Kesavan was the first to go. He was out 21 or 17, caught by Kapil of the bowling of Akhilesh with 3 boundaries. And then Ajit followed suit. He was out for none of 4 balls. He was LBW, followed by Asad, who was also LBW, 16 of 26 with 1 boundary. And the last man, Shiraz, out for 9 of 11. Vijay now at the crease with 1 of 2 balls. As Hussain comes into the center. He's coming at number 6. As today is a historic day in the history of Indian women's cricket. The Women's Premier League is to get underway at the D.Y. Patil Stadium in Mumbai. The first time that a Women's Premier League is being held in India, as the Mumbai Indians women will take on the Gujarat Giants.
53 lots of 4 wickets.
Vijay taking strike. Aniket Singh to continue. He's given away 5 runs and taken 1 wicket, and Parag had given away 4 runs and got 1 wicket in the overs that they bowled so far. So the last 2 overs, 9 runs being given and 2 wickets have been taken. This tournament being this Aniket Singh to Vijay. As Vijay trying to play an expansive drive off the back foot. Ball just going towards Alpesh Patel, the wicketkeeper. He's done a good job so far. As Vijay again trying to play and the ball remaining low, surprising Alpesh too. As bowling end has changed and we move on from the vision grounds end to the commentary box end. Vijay this time plays it in the air and falling way below near Akhilesh, who's lost the sight of the ball. Lucky for him that he just a couple of feet away from the ball, from where the ball had fallen. Again, another expansive drive heave. He's not. Again, Aniket quickly coming towards the close of his over. He's just given away 2 runs of the 5 balls that he's bowled. Vijay has tried to send every ball of this over outside the park. He's managed to just edge one of them and lucky to still be surviving. So they could be on the cards. At this time, the length is shortened and he plays a better shot this time. Plays it towards extra covers and collects a single. So the end of 11 overs, 56 for the loss of 4 wickets. Required run rate now jumping to 14.44 as Parag continues his second over. Aniket 2 overs, 8 runs and 1 wicket. Hussain, the new man, is yet to take strike. Wide. Both the bowler and the fielder at square leg thinking that it was an edge, but umpire doesn't think so. He keeps it as a wide. So 57. Full toss on the pads, and Vijay this time managing to send this towards the square leg boundary. Bad ball. Parag has to adjust his lines. He's got to take into account that the breeze is now flowing from his left to right. It was first from the other end, it was from the right to left, and the ball was curling towards the off stump, but this time it is now going to start curling towards the leg stump. So he has to start a bit outside the off stump if he wants to keep it within the stump. This time Vijay is sending this straight towards the bowlers. One bounce and another boundary. Score moves on to 65. This time in the air, the man at long on coming, Jatin, and takes a fantastic catch. A well-judged catch with the wind. So Vijay's innings comes to an end. Parag just getting into a bit of a banter out there. He was driven for 2 boundaries of the previous ball. This time the message from long on was bowl it a bit more slow in the air. He did that, and Vijay sends this high in the sky. Jatin coming under this one and collecting a well-judged catch. So 65 for 5. Hussain still at the non-striker's end. He's yet to take strike and gone down towards the striker's end, but is being called back by the umpire. As per the new rules, there's no crossover, so Johar will take strike. As Johar plays this towards square leg, 1 run being conceded. Tanuj Sharma coming in from deep back court square leg, keeps it down to a single. Score moves on to 66. Plays this towards, so Hussein's first stroke, he plays it towards square leg for a single. Score moves on to 67. Both the batsmen off the mark with a single each. As we see, 5 wickets have fallen. Akhilesh getting 2, Parag getting 2, and Aniket getting a single one as batsman crossover for a quick single. Chance of a run out, and Alpesh misses the stump, else could have been the 6th wicket. So .68 for the loss of 5 wickets at the end of 12 overs. Akil, the new bowler. It's the 6th bowler being used. Akil bowling to Hussain. Good ball outside the off stump, wanting to cut that one too close for comfort. edge going towards third man. 1 run being added. Score moves on to 69. Plays it towards short mid-wicket. Chance of a run out, and Vineet misses the one. Score moves on to 70. So plays it towards extra cover, goes up to 71. And a good over so from Akil. He's given away just 3 runs of the 4 balls. Plays a chance of a cotton ball, one arm try, but couldn't hold on to it. Score remains on 71 as the last ball of the 13th over being bowled. This game followed by the game between Supertech and Cummins Arabia. Cummins Arabia assured of a place in the final, as laps this one towards fine leg. Tanuj giving the chase. 2 runs being scored. They come back for the third. No, they don't. So 73 is what the score is at the end of 13 overs. 5 runs coming off that over. Current run rate of 5.62. Required run rate now creeping up to 16.14. Needing another 113 runs of the remaining 42 balls. Two overs, 15 runs for 2 wickets is what Parag has got, and he comes back with third. Is that asking for another LBW? Is that outside the off stump? I guess so. This is what the umpire thinks. Hussain turning 190 degrees there to play to his, as Parag bowls this one on the legs, and this time being penalized for a wide. Wide again. Slight bounce, wanting to play towards point. No run there. Score remains on 75. And let's have a look at what happened there. It misses the stump and gets Alpesh flush on the limbs. He's just clutching his left thumb, probably the thumb. So another dot ball. This time misses the one, full toss and another wicket. So Parag just giving a confirmation that he's got 3 wickets today. Yes, confirmed that he's got 3 wickets. He's trying to match up with the brilliant 92 scored by Jatin earlier in the day. As we see the back of Johar, the man who was out, bowled by Parag as Manpreet comes to the centre. Hussain batting 4 of 4. .75 for the loss of 6 wickets. The chance of a catch goes down to short mid wicket. Vineet the fielder there. Score moves on to 76. So last ball of the 14th over comes up. Parag has given away 18 runs of the 2.5 overs he's bowled and got 3 wickets. So asking for an LBW, not to be at the end of the over. 14 overs gone, 76 for the loss of 6 wickets. Last 6 overs more remaining in this innings. 110 required of the remaining 36 balls. Akil coming to bowl his second over. He's given away 5 runs of the first over he's bowled. 6 bowlers being used so far. Vineet is yet to bowl in this innings. So does Manish. So quite a few all-rounders in this innings. Hussain plays it towards short covers. Is that a run out? Asking for an appeal. Umpire says not a direct throw by Parag. He's having a fantastic time out there. Batsman lucky there that he just got in their time, else could have been run out. As Hussain plays it towards short mid wicket, no run there. Hussain again placing towards short mid wicket, wanting a single. Manpreet declining that. On the pads, Hussain plays it towards shot fine. The keeper running around there. Another leg bite of the total. 77 for 6. Other 78. Extras in innings. 10, 9, 11 extras. 11, 9 wides, 2 leg buys. Asking for another LBW. Manpreet again playing across the line. No contact with the bat, but lucky for him, balls going down the leg side. Last ball of the 15th over coming up. In the air, over. Long on was halfway there, but a couple of bounces into the boundary, so a boundary to end the over. 82 for the loss of 6 wickets at the end of 15 overs. The wind, the ball carrying a bit further away. Required run rate now 20.30, needing another 104 runs off. The 20.80, 104 required of the remaining 5 overs. Jatin comes into bowl. Hussain plays it down towards long off for a single. Manish the fielder. As this game is followed by the game between Cummins Arabia and Supertech. And the last game will be between Petrofac and the DNO Dynamos. Beautiful ball, slow one in the slot. In the air, Manish this time. Is this the third time lucky? No, he doesn't. He misses the third one as well. Remember, such chances can... It's not going to alter the result, but can, in the end, affect Jatin's MVP analysis. Fifth ball of the 16th over coming up. Again, bowling a foolish delivery. Missed there by Akil, but both the batsmen still surviving. Hussain batting 5 of 11, Manpreet batting 7 of 6. As we see in the end, Jatin had to do it by himself, got Hussain bowled, so Hussain is out 5 of 12 balls, 2 runs and a wicket. So Jatin has 3 overs, 7 runs and 1 wicket. Should have been 2 had Manish held on to his catch, but not to be. So the new man in, Rajendran, he's going to be at the non-striker's end because the wicket fell at the last ball of the over. As Vineet Deshpande comes into the attack. As Vineet comes full onto the pads. Just plays it down towards fine leg, the ball going towards the boundary. Just stops inside the boundary, so both the batsmen cross over for a 3. Manpreet gets another 3. He moves into double figures. .87 for 7. Rajendran plays it in the air and falls between short fine leg and the keeper. So 1 run. Score moves on to 88. Plays it towards extra cover. Ishan Mistry, the fielder, keeps it down to a single. Five runs of the first 3 balls of the over. After the 3, a couple of singles. As foolish delivery, plays it towards square leg for a single. Score moves on to 90. We're in the 17th over of the innings. This time a fastest delivery. Batsman beaten for pace. A bye run being called. Rather single being given. So 7 runs of the first 5 balls. Last ball of the 17th over coming up. Another 19 legal balls remaining in this innings. Or rather match. As this one towards short covers. Akhilesh to going for the catch. It's a half-hearted attempt out there, so another catch being dropped. So 8 runs coming off that over, 92 for the loss of 7 wickets. Needing another 94 of the remaining 18 balls. So every ball practically now has to be sent over the ropes. Jatin bowling to Rajendran, who plays it towards deep mid wicket. Jatin bowling his last over of the day. Foolish delivery, plays it towards long off. 1 run added. Score moves on to 94. Rajendran the batsman in the air. This time, is that a catch? Another drop. Score 95 and another drop at covers. Asking for an LBW, not to be high on the pads. So 5th ball of the 18th over. Full toss. Is that a catch? And Alpesh takes the catch and he's been given out. So finally, after a couple of drops, one catch being taken off Jatin's bowling, he gets his second of the day. 3.5 overs, 10 runs, 2 wickets. Alpesh Patel. Manpreet, the batsman, who was out. Wajid Shah. That under edge going towards short fine. So end of another good over. 95 for the loss of 8 wickets at the end of 18. So remaining 12 balls, 90 runs needed. 91 as Vineet Deshpande comes to the bowl. Jatin 4 overs, 10 runs and 2 wickets. Answer for stumping gone again. So another chance missed by the OiLSERV risers. Although they're cruising on this victory, they need to address this issue before they come into the knockout game. Now the wide being called. Rajendran Goy trying to go towards the offside and play towards behind square, but a wide being called. Playing it over the bowler's head. The man at long on doing the fielding keeps it down to a single. Is that a wide being called? Yes, another wide being called. Chance of another wicket, but still the batsman surviving. Wajid Shah, the batsman. 99 the score. Rajendran on strike 6 of 7. So the 100 coming up in 18.4 overs. Hundred and one in 18.5, remaining 7 balls to the JSS Pipes, ensuring that they complete their quota of 20 overs. Were never in the hunt of trying to chase down the score. 101, 85 required of the last over. Chance of another catch, and another beautiful catch by Alpesh Patel as Kapil comes into bowl and gets a wicket of the first ball. So the 9th wicket down, and the last man coming into bat for JSS, Anjaneya. The man out, Wajid Shah. Coming to the conclusion of this first game of the triple header here on a Saturday morning at the Eagle Sports Club, Dubai Lane Road. Kapil balls a wide down leg side. Chance of a run out. And another miss there. A no ball being called, so a free hit coming up. Could have been curtains had the throw been collected and the stumps been broken down. Tanuj giving chase at third man. 2 more runs added. Score moves on to 105. Another wide being bowled. Score moves on to 106. Going towards the extra cover boundary. 1 run completed. Both the batsmen come back for 2. Again, the awareness by the fielders and the bowlers not there, have to stay behind the stumps to collect the ball and effect a run out. Score moves on to 108 as the remaining last 3 balls of the match in progress. Is there a chance of a run out? And 4 balls completed. Last 2 balls score 109. The batsman trying a reverse sweep, something which we haven't seen in the tournament so far. We're seeing a number 11 coming and trying to execute that one. So wind's blowing the veils down, putting them back in place. Plays this towards square leg, the ball going towards the boundary. 4 runs to end. So Anjana finishing with 4 of the 3 balls that he's faced. 113 is what JSS have scored, and a massive 72 runs victory for OiLSERV Risers. They finished with 6 points from the 5 games that they played, with a net run rate of .657. Petrofac has 6 points with a net run rate of 1.288. So in all probability, it could be a Petrofac versus Cummins Arabia finals, with OiLSERV will be playing Super Tech. JSS Pipes finishing their league engagements with 5 games, no victory, 5 losses at minus 3.784, as we have the presentations coming up in a few minutes. आजा भाई। जतिन किधर है जतिन? बोलते पैडअप नहीं करो, बैकअप करो पहला। आजा।
वो प्लेयर अच्छा है बॉस रंजीत है तो रंजीत
वहाँ पर उसको स्विंग को कवर करके खेल रहा था यार।
क्या मस्त मजा चौप के मारे ना 2-3
उसे खाली गलत आपको खेल गया और थोड़ा जल्दी खेल गया और
जल्दी
टॉप
खेल
पेज
गया,
लग
हाँ,
गई।
top edge लग
और नहीं इसने रिसीव किया था अखिलेश भाई ने बट वो मनीष ने कैच छोड़ दिया और रिसीव कर दिया था उसको बराबर से उधर नहीं तो परफेक्ट ट्रैप था वो। भाई ये कौन है
क्या
ये है क्या डुअल मास्टर्स वाला चलो
कौन कौन दे रहे हैं अवार्ड
असद ही दे देंगे ओपनिंग का।
असद इज नॉट हियर राइट
विनय भाई को बुला
विनय भाई
Congratulations, OiLSERV Risers, a massive 72-run victory against JSS Fittings confirms their third position in the tournament. And we have the man of the match for his brilliant 92, one catch and a couple of wickets to Jatin. He is now top of the charts in the batting as well as the MVP. As we have a quick word with Jatin. Jatin, concerns with you that you have to stay on top of the MVP because you have a lot of responsibility as an opener, batting as well as the bowling?
Yeah, actually, this is the plan, especially in batting. So I have to bat through. That's the plan what we work. This is a plan A, and here it was the ball was tailing in. It is difficult for any new batsman. I have played them one match before, so a little bit of I could read out the wicket, how the wicket was, and yeah, it worked out today. That's how I built up my innings, and I think it was good. Disappointed to miss a century, but it's okay.
Anyway, a good tournament for you so far. Looking forward to the knockout game and finishing off on a high for the team.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I'm telling you, right from the captain and to the each and every player we are playing. We have played hard cricket. We have given our hearts out. It was disappointing to lose the matches, but yeah, we will go all out. And this itself was a team victory, and we will do everything possible to come on third.
Anyway, congratulations and all the best for the knockout tournament as we have Rajendran coming in for JSS. Rajendran, let's keep the results aside. How is the experience for the boys? How have they enjoyed the tournament so far?
Actually, we are enjoyed it so much. We have tried our best to reach to win because we are fifth game. Unfortunately, we lost, but it's a good game. We enjoyed a lot.
Anyway, we will look forward to see you in season 2 and 3 if it happens.
Yeah, yes, definitely sure. We are planning on the next season as well. Yeah.
Anyway, good luck and all the best for your last knockout game against DNO Dynamos as we have Akhilesh, the winning captain, coming in. Akhilesh, a lot of boxes ticked, but probably the couple of boxes could be your extras and the catching.
Yeah, that's true actually. So we when we started the game, we had something in our mind how to score and how to defend it actually. So we did well when we batted. Jatin batted very well, and then Vinny finished as absolutely what we needed for. And then we had a couple of good options in the bowling as well. So when we started the bowling, we thought okay, we'll start with our strength of the bowlers, and then we will like do the experiment with our other bowlers. So that's what happened. So by the time we had finished our power play and about 10 hours, the game was in our hand, and then we tried experimenting with other balls as well. So hard to see that giving away some catches. That's not the correct way to finish a game like this, even though it was dominating by us. But yeah, everyone contributed to the game, all batsmen, bowlers, and we really enjoyed the game, winning at the end actually.
Apart from Jatin, he's done the bulk of the scoring. There's nobody who has totally stepped up to the plate so far. Is that what has been spoken to? That apart from Jatin, somebody else has to come up, and of the top four has to give some runs, to the team.
Right, that's true actually. So we had some good batsmen, even like we have the Manish and others, and we had something in mind. So we played the Manish up in the order. So we expected much more than this, and he's a very good player. But unfortunately, he did not score like what we expected. So that's what happened, and we had the Vineet in our hand who can finish it well. So that's what the plan, and we sandwiched all these players in between when we came into the order. So that's what happened. But really, yeah, we have to improve in this case. We have to make a couple of more good batsmen, good scored, who can score in the middle, and then it can relieve some of the responsibilities from the Jatin. So that's what we have to do in the next matches.
Anyway, thank you for your time. Congratulations and all the best for the knockout game as we conclude the presentation. 72-run victory for OiLSERV as we go into game number 2 between Supertech and Cummins Arabia. The toss coming up in the next few moments. Thank you, boss.